we had the first paradigm, which we called here the mechanical man paradigm. We had the second paradigm, which we called growing the seed paradigm. In between mechanical man and growing the seed paradigm, there's a third kind of hint. Alright, so in Wujifa we say the method is not the truth. Once you get the feeling, get rid of the method. When you first start Wujifa, we talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 1, 2, 3, 4 is how the feet, over the feet are the knees are the hips, over the hips are the shoulders. We kind of stack everything up and down. The second 1, 2, 3, 4 is inguinal crease goes in, lower back goes down, the sternum goes down, which means the rib heads rotate, you don't hunch. The head goes back and up, the spine stays very straight. Okay, so that's the second 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll call the mechanical man aspect is where they keep looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will crease in. Okay, oops, my chest popped up, drop my chest, head back. And people have a tendency to either look like a mechanical man or a dead post or do the stance. They like keep adjusting all these little things. And so one of the tricks to do under the mechanical man or all this sectional type paradigm is to take inguinal crease in, number 1, and lower back down, number 2. And let's do them at the same time. We'll call that A. And then, the sternum drops, the front of the chest drops down, the head goes back and up. We call that B. We do both those at the same time, but we're still dealing with parts. What we're really looking for is if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, is for the second one, growing the seed. And a lot of times what we'll notice is a fascial stretch in the lower back in the Wujifa system. So what we can do is we can grow that stretch. If you look in any anatomy book, you'll see that there's a fascial area. If you look at the back in an anatomy book, you'll see like a bunch of white stuff. You'll see the muscles, but in the lower back, there's all this white stuff. So when you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and relax the lower back muscles, let the femur heads roll out by relaxing the glutes, so the inguinal crease goes in and the sacrum can drop down. All that fascia can be stretched out, or let's say straightened out, kind of like smoothing out a sheet on the bed. You kind of like pull from all the different corners and that sheet kind of stretches out, or straightens out, but it feels like a stretch, feels like a fascial stretch, and we can grow that through the body. There's a step in between, let's say, the mechanical man or the first paradigm and the second one, growing the seed, or the second paradigm, and this is called the top is light, the bottom is heavy. So when you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, what you'll notice a lot of times is the heaviness in the legs. Generally right, a quarter-sized area, right in the center of the quad, you'll feel like an intense, like burning heat right in the center quad. If it drops too close to the knee, then generally speaking, there's something going on where the lower back's tight, the femur heads aren't rolled out, the inguinal crease isn't in, and we're causing that, and it'll drop into the knee. We don't want it in the knee. We want that burning right in the center of the quad. And so when people do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's like one of the first calibrators, is the weight hitting the middle of the quad. Another common feeling is that the bottom is very heavy, and the top of the body is very light. And this is the bridge to fascial connection. So, some people have brought up the point that in Tai Chi, they'll talk about the top light, the bottom heavy, that the head is hanging from, like there's a balloon tied to the top of the head, or there's something hanging from, the head is hanging from the ceiling, and the feet are in the ground and connected to the ground. And it's like an imaginary process of yin and yang. What we're talking about here is a very, I will say, very tactile feeling of heaviness in the legs, and the body just feeling very just open and very light. The imagination processes are such a slippery slope that when people start to go down those slippery slopes, they can slip off into an imaginary world. It's very, 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 very important to get validation. Go to somebody who understands, and even then I would recommend going to a few different sources to verify if that's possible. School brothers, people that are more advanced than you. Go play with other people from different systems and see what they say. Be willing to eat bitter and see that what you're learning is the correct path, that you're actually verifying the results that you're getting. You're not just maintaining an imaginary result. So we have the mechanical man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have growing the seed, which is the fascial connection growing throughout the body. When you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're not looking to that. That's the finger pointing at the moon. You're looking at the fascial stretch. You're looking for that seed, and you're trying to grow that seed. That's more like towards the moon. One of the intermediate bridges between mechanical man and growing the seed is the top light, the bottom heavy. And so this should give some people some really good idea of the direction we're talking about when we talk about progress in Wujifa.